Hi, friends, welcome to my brand new podcast, Bookish by Ellen, where I talk all things books and even interview some of my favourite authors and some of my good friends. I hope that you enjoy. Hey, how are
I'm
you?
I'm good. I'm so excited to be here.
I'm
Yeah.
very excited about this. To start off, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I guess. I don't even know where to start. So I'm Janisha. I'm a 19-year-old author, self-published, from the UK, and I write romance novels.
Lovely. You did beautifully at that. Yesterday, I had Emily Tudor on and she got very she's like, I
Yeah.
don't know where to start with it. And I was like, you did amazing. Don't you worry.
Oh, she's so funny.
She is, honestly, it was so nice having her on. And when I mentioned that I've got you on today, she was like, what?
Yeah, I know. She texted me and she was like, "Oh my God, I didn't know you was doing it." So I was like, "Yeah," because I was meant to do obviously last week and we rescheduled. But yeah, I love her. She's my best friend.
And as well, I've got my North University jumper on. I thought it was only fitting.
I was gonna find mine and I forgot to look for it before I came on, but
That's fine. We
it's
can just
fine.
imagine you're wearing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should we get into it then?
Yeah, let's get started.
Okay, so the first question I've got, I feel like this is a good way to start it. It's a known fact that you're a Taylor Swift fan. We
Hmm.
love a Swiftie in the household.
Yes, I have my I Heart Taylor
Yep.
banner background. Yep.
Yep. What song would you say describes each of your book's couples the best?
Oh my God. Oh, this is scary. Okay. Um, Falling Red and Miles 100% is You Are in Love. That is that song. They say that in the prologue, in the epilogue, that that's their song, and it's perfect. It's just them. Um, Scarlett and Evan. Oh, I don't know. I haven't even finished the playlist for that book, so I'm like still like back and forth between them. I think uh oh, okay. Oh, there's so many. I feel like okay, I'm gonna get you back, I think is definitely them.
Yeah.
Um that's just when that song came out, I was like, that is just Scarlet to a T. And
Yeah.
I also think False God is also them a little bit. Who else do you have? Kat and Connor is Dress, obviously. I got the title from that song, so it has to be that song. Um, and then Wes and Nora. Oh, they've had so many Taylor Swift songs on the playlist in the end. Um, I don't know. I'm trying to think. I think I don't know. There's so many. I think maybe Timeless. I think Timeless was one that I was like, that's gonna be on the playlist. That has to be their song.
How long have you known that you've wanted to be an author?
Not long. Not long. Honestly, not long. I feel like everyone's always like, I've always wanted to do this since I was a kid. But I
Yeah.
feel like for me, I had a very different like process of like enjoying writing and then doing it like now. I think to be completely honest, I feel like I've only been really like, this is what I want to do forever, probably for like a year. So it's not really a long time, but I think for the last year I've really been like, this is it. But yeah,
What does your writing process look like?
it's a mess. It's a mess. It's chaos, I think. I feel like when I first get an idea, it's my notes app hates to see me coming. It hates it because I get on there and I just say the most outrageous things, and every single note it always starts with "I need a book with," and then it just goes like just crazy. Like, I need a book with this, this, and that. So I feel like the best example I can get was the idea I had for the Drayton Hill series because that came to me like suddenly one night. I was like, okay, this would be so fun. And I think I still have the note app. I think it was like, I don't know what I wrote, but I wrote something like, I need to have a book about Catherine because real ones know that Catherine is Evan's ex-girlfriend.
When
So I
I,
was like, wouldn't
yeah,
that be so funny? I was
yeah.
like, that would just be so like crazy. And I didn't think I'd actually do it. So I kind of just wrote in my notes app, like that would be really fun if we had like a spin-off series with like three main girls. They all have different like tropes. Because to me, every like dynamic in Drayton Hills was so different to NU. So I was like, okay, this is gonna be so fun and so different. And I was like, okay, I've got to do this book now. And then all the names were so different to what I like originally have now. Like I remember Nora's name used to have an H at the end, which is crazy. I can't imagine her having that. Like that just sounds really weird to me. Um, I feel like Archer's name was changed like 1,000 times. Elle's name also got changed like 1,000 times. But that's like the original, like that's how I kind of think of an idea. I write down in my notes app, and then um I don't really know what the process is like from that. Then I go into planning, and then that's kind of when it goes either uphill or downhill from there. It's either like this is amazing, I love it so much, or it's like okay, I hate this idea, I'm never gonna think about it ever again. And then that is when it gets into like the archives and it's just never brought up again. Then I plan it. I feel like I'm very like Emily always says this. I'm gonna bring up Emily a lot, so like just
Okay.
because she's just I just love her so much. But she always thinks it's crazy because I blurb my books immediately. Like once I've thought the idea, I have to write the blurb just so it gives me like a summary. And
Yeah.
she thinks that's just crazy because she does that at the end. But I need to do it first. And then I do the blurb, write the outline, and then I just start writing. I feel like at the beginning I didn't really have any deadlines or anything, so I was just like, okay, I'll just write for however long, then I'll finish it. Um and now I've kind of changed it a little bit where I kind of um now I have more like idea of what I'm doing. I feel like I say it out a bit differently. Like, oh my God, can I turn this around? This is gonna be like chaotic. But this is kind of like the current state of the book I'm writing now. It's in post-it note form. Which just has the chapters and like when I've written them, I just take them down. So it makes me feel accomplished.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of the process. I
Yeah.
don't know, I feel like I was yapping. I don't know what I just said.
No, honestly, yap away. That's what this is for. This is your time.
Thank you.
What story has been the hardest to write, and then also what has been the easiest to write?
Um, the hardest to write is and was and still is the third book in the new series.
Mhm.
I feel like that took everything from me to finish the first draft. Um, it was really weird because I at the beginning I was like, this is gonna be so much fun. I've had probably, I'm not even exaggerating, probably 6 different ideas for the book that I like big ideas to the book. Like when I think back to the first original idea I had to now, it's completely different. But that one took me like, I don't know. I think I started it in summer of 2023. That's also when I started Drain Hill, so I kind of like lost it and like forgot about it. And then I didn't get back to it until January of 2024. And then I forced myself to finish it. And I finished it in March of last year. And only now am I going back to that draft. So you can tell it's been like almost a year since I've finished that one. But it took, I don't know why. I think it was because it was so, I don't want to spoil it too much, but it's very sad. And I feel like I didn't expect it to be that sad. And I was like, oh, this is really sad. And like, um, I can say that's Kennedy's book, right? Like I can say that, like everyone knows
Yeah,
that.
if you
And I
want
feel
to say it, then you can say it.
everyone knows that that's her book. So
You did,
I feel
surprise.
like I mean, if not, surprise, but I'm pretty sure everyone knows by now. But Kennedy's book, I feel like it was just so like it was so sad. I feel like because I was also not going through what she was going through, but I had just moved to university at the time and I was like so far away from home and her whole story is about like being far from home and like going back home and stuff. And I was like, wow, it hits a little too close to home. And then it just because I had so many other projects to do, I was like, this is not my main focus. But that one was definitely the hardest. And I'm still like I'm still struggling to like get through the second draft, but that's like next week's issue. But I think the easiest book to write, I'm gonna have to say it was Falling, just because it took the originally like Fake Lace and Ice Skates back in the OG days.
Yeah.
That one I wrote the first draft of that in like 2 weeks, which is insane to think about. 'Cause that's I should not have been allowed to write a book that quickly. So like, I wrote that in like 2 weeks, and it was a mess, obviously, which is why like I rewrote it, republished it, and did that like 1,000 times. But that was definitely the easiest because it was like the first full length novel idea I had, and something I was so excited about, and it was just like a passion project, like over Christmas, and that was definitely the easiest, I think. And even going back to rewrite it, it wasn't too difficult. But yeah,
Yeah.
thanks.
And then kind of leading on from that, you kind of just said, but what made you want to republish your first series?
I definitely think it was, I feel like it's a mixture of how it was received
Mhm.
and how much I wanted, like the direction I wanted my career to go into. So I only decided to republish it like properly when I really got into the Drayton Hill series. And I think it's because I saw how different they were and I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. Like my writing has changed so much. And Fade and Ice Skates, as much as I love the original story, it's not really that different to be completely honest, but like I feel like it was just not as good as it could have been. And I feel like I had so much more experience by that point, like after writing our secret game and our secret moments, and I actually had been to university, so I was like, this is what university is actually like, and I'm not making it up anymore. So I was like, I think I had that more experience. I was like, oh, that's actually how things go. And then yeah, I feel like it was just I knew people weren't happy with it because I didn't get it professionally edited. Um which is just like a budget thing, like I couldn't afford to do the first time. But then when I started like actually getting into it more, I was like, okay, I should probably commit to paying for an editor, get it done properly. And like it made me feel a lot happier that it was out and I liked it as much as everyone else. Like, I used to always be like, don't talk about Fate and Ice Case, like I hate that book, don't even think about it. But I feel like after I published it, I was like, actually no, I love this book. So I
Yeah.
feel like it let me be happier and more proud of it. Um yeah.
And obviously, you are republishing the second book. I can't remember what it was called. Was it Good Games and Mystery? Good Grades and Mystery Games.
Yes, the original, yes.
Real fan right there.
The OG, the
Yeah,
OG.
I know, right? But obviously, you're already publishing that,
Yes.
um, and it's now called Unraveling. Can you tell us what readers should expect?
It's very different to the original in like so many ways. And I feel like because I the process of me rewriting it was very different to how I did it with Falling. With Falling, my main thing was like I want to cut out scenes that didn't really make sense and like strengthen their friendship first. That was like, the only thing I really wanted to see with that book. Everything else, it's to be honest, it still is my longest book, but I don't care. I like it being that long. But with Unraveling, I like tried to reread Good Great and Mystery Games, and I was like, what is actually happening? Like I had to like really deconstruct that book and be like, what is going on here? And I feel like that honestly might actually be my hardest book now I think about it because I had to do so much work on it and I wasn't expecting to do that much work. I thought it'd just be, a breeze. But I reread it and I was like, oh my God, what is happening? I hate everything that's going on. And then I because it has a mystery element to it, which is
Yeah.
like the main thing. And the original, I was like, everyone's gonna guess that within the first 10 pages. It needs to be more complex. It needs to be more like I don't know, there just needs to be more to it. And then I started working with a different editor and we really got into like, the nitty-gritty of it. Like that just stressed me out so much, like over summer, because I was like, oh my God, I don't know anything. I need to know the mystery before they know the mystery, but then also try not to reveal too much. It was just something I'd never done before. So like it was so different. But definitely I feel like the differences between them is one, it's shorter a little bit. Like seeing them next to each other is what makes them look really short, like compared to Falling. I mean, like it looks so tiny, but I promise it's like a full length novel. Just Falling just long. I just could not stop writing it. But yeah, I feel like the difference is the main one is their dynamic. In the original book, it still is academic rivals to lovers. But in the original, I feel like their relationship was very much like honestly, I don't know. I can't remember the last time I read that book, like to be completely honest. But this one, they have like the whole friends with benefits aspect to it, which was not what was in the original book. I'm trying to think what else is different. Ooh. Because the way I honestly can't remember anything that happened in the original that I'm like, well, the whole thing's new. But it feels so new to me because I
Yeah.
feel like it's just not the same as the other one. Like this is the best way to describe it, is with Falling, a lot of the chapters are still the same. Like all the chapters are probably what in the original, just like edited differently, reworded a bit differently. Unraveling was completely new document, completely new. Like I think the only chapters that are the same is the prologue. Um I think that's honestly it. I think only the prologue's the same as the original. Like I feel like the entire rest of the book was just a complete rewrite. So I feel like having the chance to just completely have free reign and just be like, hey, this is what I want to do with it, and it's nothing to do with the original, was made it a lot easier. And I feel like it's very different now because there's nothing that's too much the same. Which is why I'm not gonna be like, oh, just read Go Girls and Mystery Games if you've already read it. Like I would recommend you have to read this one because it's so much different.
And it's so
Um,
good.
yeah, thanks.
You're welcome.
I love this book so much. I feel like it's just so fun. And it's like, I don't know, I had a really good time writing it, but also tricky with the whole mystery part. Like that was just the hardest part of it. Everything else just felt kind of natural. I'm like looking at the cover now, just being like, oh, stop them, stop
Just
them.
giddy.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh, I just realized you're kind of matching Unraveling right now with the
I
green.
am. I'm in my green era. I literally have I probably wore this cardigan like 10 times this week already, but I
Fine.
just love green and it's just so them cool.
Oh, so
I love
cute.
it. Gorgeous.
What advice would you give to someone who wants to start out in writing?
Oh. This is a hard one. I feel like that is the question I get asked the most all the time. And I'm like, I honestly don't know because I feel like I'm not even in a position to be like, here's what you should do. But I feel like if someone's gonna start out, the main thing I say this every single time, well, it's just write what you want to write and actually just like go for it. Because you're not gonna get anywhere if you're constantly stressing about it. And if it's something you're stressing about, you shouldn't even be writing it because you should be writing it because you enjoy it and because it feels easy and like you're kind of letting out your emotions. That's the way I kind of see writing for me, anyway. But just having fun with it is the main part because I feel like I definitely lost a bit of the fun. Like I always feel like I'm kind of going up and down between losing it and having fun with my writing. So I feel like the main thing is just having fun with it and writing what you want to write and don't like write for other people, write for yourself because that's the main reason.
Yeah.
Why you should be writing in the first place, I think. I don't know.
Did publishing your first book change how you work and how you go about everything, if that makes sense? And if so, how?
Definitely. I feel like the way I say this all the time when I think it's so funny, but I published Fairness and Essays as a joke. Like I say that and people are like, well no, because you published it and you did all the work. I'm like, no, I genuinely did it as a joke. Like I thought of the idea I always remember it so vividly. Like it was Boxing Day. I was on the the bus home from going shopping with my friends, and I was like, oh, I love my friends so much. And it was just like, I just love him so much. I was like, wouldn't it be so funny for a book series, like just about kind of about me and my friends and our personalities? And I'm like, that'd be so silly. And then I literally got home, outlined the entire book in one sitting, and then just like wrote it and didn't stop writing it. Um, and I feel like because I published it as a joke, I wasn't really expecting it to kind of pop off and people to actually enjoy it. And that definitely changed the way I saw everything with self-publishing and publishing in general. Like I didn't think it was something I was going to continue doing. And when I kind of saw the response, it gave me that motivation to like write the rest of the books and finish them. And I feel like I definitely rushed them a little bit because I feel like I was putting them out like not too close together, but close. I wouldn't put them out that close now. Um, just with Good Ways and Mystery Games, and I was planning to put out the third book before Drayton Hills took over my brain. But it definitely changed everything because I didn't expect it to happen. And I feel like if I had more of like more knowledge and more was like, oh, this might happen. But because I just completely was like, yeah, I'm publishing this for my friends to read it, and that's literally it. Like my friend Isla designed the original cover of it, like before it was like the pink cover, it was like a cartoon cover. She designed that, and we literally like I'm trying to think of how old we were. I was like 17 when I published that book. So like we were literally just like in sixth form, just like messing around, be like, this would be so fun, like that's so silly. And then we did it and was like, oh my God, the book's out. And I think the original like on my Instagram, I remember my post I had like 20 likes, like no one was really interested in it. But then TikTok like really pushed it out there and I was like, oh my God, this is like serious. And then um because it got to that point where everyone was like actually interested, like, oh my God, that's scary, people want to read it. And then I obviously went into the whole republishing thing. But I think it definitely changed the way I saw my work and how much I enjoyed it before I carried on doing it seriously. But yeah, I don't know if that answered the question at all.
You answer it however you want to answer it, Jan.
I just be talking.
That's the best way to go about it, honestly. Which book or couple or character or all of them, whatever you want to do, has stuck with you the most?
Oh my God. Okay, I don't know, I think I'm gonna say Cat.
Yeah.
From Our Secret Moments. I say that, but I think it's because I don't know. I feel like they all do in some way. They at some point they always do, but I think Kat and Connor are just so like I think it was because it was so different to everything else. Like not that different, but different to me anyway. In the way I was writing, my writing style was so different with their book. And I feel like Kat was the first character I really just kind of was like, all right, she can just be however she wants to be, and she was very much like me. So I feel like that let me um not only like process my own emotions, but also like just have like a fun different character. Like I feel like I don't know what it is, but she's just like one of my favorite characters. Which I probably shouldn't have favorites, but she definitely sticks with me a lot. And the same with Kennedy, I think as well. Like there's always just like little things that Kennedy says and does. I'm like, she's just crazy. I think that always just like reminds me like how much I love the NU series and their whole friendships and Kennedy in particular. Um, and then there's like I can't really speak too much, but on the secret standalone project I've been working on, both the characters in that are just so funny. I just love them, and I feel like they always remind something always reminds me of them. I feel like in just day-to-day life. But yeah,
Little sneak peek.
yeah. I try so hard not to say anything because
You've
like, I've
done
literally
so well.
I don't want to say so many secrets, but people be like, "Well, what's going on?" But I have so many things that I just like. I always say to my close friends as well. Like I literally said, "Oh, I'll tell you guys about the secret project soon," and I never did. I never did, and that was like a month ago, and I feel really bad. So one of these days, I'm gonna go on that story and actually yap about that book because it's finished now. So I feel like I should be able to speak about it. But yeah, I'm the worst at keeping secrets. So bad. I just love to talk.
What is your favorite part of the writing process?
Um. Two parts, I think. The first part is like when you're writing and it just feels fun. Like it just feels so much fun. So there were so many times and moments where I was writing and I would literally just be like laughing out loud. And I'm like, I'm making this up in my brain as I type it and I'm still finding myself hilarious. And then the second part is character art. I love character
I
art.
know you
I
love
mean,
the character art.
I spent so much money commissioning character art. It's actually insane. And I just love it. I don't know what it is. I think it's because I love films and I love TV shows and I feel like I can just envision them. And then when I tell an artist and they capture it just perfectly, it just oh, I love it. I think that's my favorite one of my favorite parts, just because I love getting to see it and see my characters come to life. It's just
Yeah.
so fun. So fun.
I asked this to Emily yesterday and I told her I'd ask you as well to see if your opinions differ or whatever. Which of your characters do you think would get on best with hers?
Okay. I know you probably said the same ones. Okay, I think Kat and Livy are best friends, in my opinion. They're best friends. We've had so many conversations about this, but I think those two, because they're both like, I don't know, they just have the same energy and the same vibes. I feel like Kat would really look up to Olivia, and I feel like they would have some sort of like, I don't know, just like a good friendship going. Like, I feel like Olivia would just be like this amazing published author. Kat's like, oh my God, she's just so amazing. And I think that I think that Grant and Wes would be best friends as well. But I feel like, well, Wes and Miles, I feel like they would all be like that would just be a chaotic group of like people. Because they all give like the same energy and the same vibes. But yeah, I think those characters don't get on really well. I think it'd just be chaos to be honest, with all of them in the same room. That would be wild. But yeah.
She was also going on about like a maybe a crossover bonus content, and I was like, you need to do it.
I've been saying this for so long. I know we never get around to doing it. I need to text her about it because I think a crossover would be so funny. Because we've had so many conversations about like how what universes our books are in. And we're like, well, they're in the same universe, but they're also not. 'Cause I think her books are set a bit ahead of mine. So I can't remember how exactly the timelines work. But I was like, we need to have some bonus content going in because I love crossovers. Like I love crossing over NU and Drain Hills. So I feel like crossing over Grand Mountain and NU and Drain Hills would just be so fun. Just
Yeah.
chaos.
Do you have any tropes that you want to write in the future?
Yeah, I have a lot of tropes I want to write. There's so many, but it's just like the executing them that's the hardest part for me because I'm so used to doing things the way I do them now. But I think single dad is one of the tropes that I need to write. I need to do
You
it right
do.
now. Like
You,
I've had a few ideas like kind of floating around with nothing that's like stuck. Single parent in general, I think it will just be chef's kiss. Like I think Elsie Silver just got me hooked on
yeah.
that trope. That I just cannot. I just love it so much. Like, I think that'd be really fun to write. I feel like, um, what else do I have floating around? I feel like I don't know because there's so many that I've wanted to write that I'm kind of writing now ish. I definitely want to write more books with forced proximity. I feel like in some way or another, my books are forced proximity, but I feel like just I need it on another level. I need it to just be really intense forced proximity, which may or may not be happening in Drayton House book three, maybe. I don't know yet. We'll see. But maybe I don't know. But that I really love that. What else? I don't know. Suddenly I don't know any tropes. Suddenly I've forgotten every trope possible. Because usually I'm like, oh, I would love to do this, I'd love to do that. But I'm like, actually, what are books? Um,
You're gonna get off and you're gonna be like, wait, I
wait, no,
can't.
that's not what I wanted to do. No,
I'm just
literally.
gonna get a list of tropes after this.
Honestly, I've forgotten everything that's ever happened. Ugh. I don't know. I feel like I write, and this, I feel like I think my friend Ella always makes jokes about me always writing fake dating, and I just don't know what it is, but I just love a fake dating romance, even
Just
though I never read
trope.
fake dating. It's just
Ooh,
perfect. And
yeah.
I feel like it's just I never read it. So I
Really?
just like I don't know. I honestly can't remember the last fake dating book I read. Like genuinely I don't know. What book has fake
Funny
dating?
stories, fate dating, isn't it?
Is it?
Kind of.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but see, there's nothing like fake dating. I feel like Emily Henry, she's just like she looks like touch on a trope, but she doesn't do it like
Yeah.
fuck. So I
Just
feel like
fully
that
go
wasn't.
in. I don't know what that was.
Yeah, she doesn't fully go into the fake dating aspect, but yeah, I get what you mean with that. But like honestly, I don't read that much to be honest. But I don't think I've not read fake dating in a long time. But I feel like that's just the automatic trope I think of. Like I'm like that's just I just love it. I don't know what other tropes I would do. I'm trying to think of tropes I'm doing, like going to do in the future. Um, I don't want to give up too much away. So maybe I should just stop there.
Moving on then. This might be a bit of a difficult one. I don't know because of obviously like these are your children. I'm not going to ask if you have a favorite, but do you have a favorite cover?
Favorite cover. Um, oh, they're all so pretty.
Oh,
Um, I think my favorite cover, I don't know. I like them all. I think they're so pretty. Like I love the special editions for the NU series, the Drayton Hill series. I oh my God, this just reminded me. I need to reveal this discrete cover for Unraveling.
I was thinking that, but I didn't want to bring it up.
Oh, I need to do that. Oh my God. That one is really pretty as well. I love the green. It's gorgeous. I think my favorite cover, I don't know. I'm gonna have to say Falling and Unraveling. I
Mhm.
just think the character art for them is just perfect. Like I remember when I got the first like sketch of Ren and Mars for this cover, and I literally was just like, that's them, and it's perfect. I think it's just so cute, like all the little details.
Yeah.
I just think it's so pretty. Yeah, I think that might be my favorite cover.
What has been the hardest part about being an author and especially an indie author?
Um, the workload I think is definitely the hardest part, like doing everything yourself. Like I feel like people don't really know, which is why I get so annoyed when people make like really stupid and like mean comments about indie authors and like their work. I'm like, do you understand that we do everything ourselves? Like we have to write the whole book, we have to edit the whole book, we have to market it in every single way on every single platform. We have to get the cover commissioned. We have to pay for editing. We have to pay for so many things. We have to figure out getting like goodies if people want goodies. Like there's so many things you have to do. And I feel like people forget that like traditionally published authors don't do any of that. Like, they literally just have to write the book essentially and obviously do some marketing. But mainly their team handles that. I think definitely the hardest part was doing all that and like making content and like trying to be present, but also trying to have enough time for myself to like actually get the work done. Um, yeah, self-publishing is hard, and I feel like a lot of people just think like, oh no, it's so much easier. Like you have so much freedom. I'm like, yeah, but then with freedom, you have a lot of responsibilities. I'm about to say that bloody Marvel quote. Um, with great power comes great responsibility is literally how it feels. Like there's just so much things you have to do. Yeah, it's just a lot.
Obviously, you are also an Emily Henry fan. We love Emily Henry as well.
Mhm.
Can you rank her books?
Ugh. You know what? I can. You know what? I think I can. And that's no shade to Emily Henry. I love her so much. Like I literally have my shrine is up here. When I went to America, I got all of her like American edition covers. So, so pretty. Um, I think I can rank them. At the bottom, because we're gonna start there. Um, okay, I'm like in between two at the minute in my mind. I'm gonna put People Meet on Vacation
Mm.
at the bottom. I don't get me wrong, love that book. Love Alex and Poppy. I'm so excited for the movie,
Yeah.
but just wasn't my fave. And I don't know why. Because I love Friends to Lovers. Friends to Lovers is one of it not even one of it is my favorite trope ever, but I just like her other books a bit more. And then I'm gonna put okay, now I'm in between two. I haven't read Book Lovers in so long, so I don't want to be mean. I'm okay. Then I'm gonna put Book Lovers. No, I'm not. Okay, I'm gonna put Happy Place.
Oh,
Yeah. Um, which is bad because I love that book and I cried the entire time. Oh wait, okay, no, I changed my mind, changed my mind, changed my mind, changed my mind. No, 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 no. We're gonna put Book Lovers in fourth. Wait, fourth? Is it fourth or fifth?
I think it's four.
Fourth, but I certainly don't know how many books she has. Gonna put Book Lovers there. And then we're gonna do Happy Place.
Mhm.
Now it's between Beach Read and Funny Story. And the issue is, I love Beach Read so, so much. I think I read that book probably 5 times. And funny story, I read it in like 2 days and I did cry. Ugh. Okay, then we're gonna put funny story and then Beach Read is gonna be number one. Beach Read is number one just for so many reasons. I love that book so much. And that was, to be completely honest, the first book I read that made me want to write. Like that was like I was like, oh damn, I want to write a book now. Like that was really good. And I wrote a book before Falling for Days and Ice Skates. That was kind of similar to be fair, of Beach Read because I loved it so much. And then I was like, okay, that's we're doing too much. But I love funny stories so much. So that's my ranking.
I think I might get a bit of a with this one. Can you
So
tell us anything about what's coming next?
can I right. And because you know secrets.
Obviously
You
not that.
know you know, yeah, I'm not gonna say anything to do with that because
Yeah, I'm
and
not even meant to know that yet.
I know I need to talk about it with someone like eventually because Jesus Christ. But anyway, um, what I can tease. Mm, mm. Okay, I'm just gonna do a little bit from each book that's coming up, sort of.
Yeah,
So the next plan is I want to finish the what is this series called? The NU series first before I get into back into Drayton Hill series because I was kind of going between both of them and it was very hectic. So Kennedy's book, what I can say about that is it's very sad. It's very sad. It's very Noah Khan coded. Um, summer vibes and Harry. Oh, can I say that? Yeah, we know it's Harry's book, right?
surprise everybody.
Surprise! Harry, this one thing that made me and Emily giggle yesterday, or whenever I started trying to write a second draft of this book, was that I just changed Harry's height, and all I'm gonna say is actually all I'm gonna say is nothing. Is that I'm obsessed with him. I'm obsessed with him is the truth. And I yeah, I've been writing like bits here and there for that book because I've just been so like going crazy recently. But his dynamic with Miles is so funny.
Yeah.
Like I've just recently added in this new thing where Miles tries to do an Australian accent and it's just gonna be chaos. He just keeps calling him mate and they all think he's a baby, but he's not obviously. He's just a little sweet boy. But
Yeah.
all I can say for that is yeah, he's a tall king. Um third book in the Drayton Hill series. I'm not gonna say what couple, even though yeah, everyone already knows. Forced Proximity. Another summer romance. And no, I'm not gonna say the main trope because the main trope is crazy. Um, there's just so many crazy things about that book. I can't even speak about them. Like that book. Okay, what I will say is probably gonna be the most feral book
I love a
out
feral.
out of all of them. I think it's gonna be the one that's gonna have people like screaming, crying, fully throwing up. Like even just the ideas I've had for that book would just made me be like, oh my God, I need to sit down. Like genuinely, like crazy things going on that one. And the fourth book in the Drayton Hill series, I've kept such a secret for so long because like
You
no one knows,
have.
no one knows who the characters are. But I will say you have already met the female main character. She is in what is the book called? Our Secret Game. She's in there for a second. And also, so is the main character. The main male character is also in Our Secret Game, and he's also mentioned briefly in Our Secret Moments. So if people do some detective work, they'll figure out who the couple is.
Yeah.
Um, but that one is I'm not gonna say anything about that one because I will give it away. But that one is really fun, and it's a completely new trip that I've never written before. So that's looking tease, and I've had a standalone project that is so much fun. It's not a college romance, which is crazy for me. Um, and it's roommates to lovers and very just chaotic found family and real family and very sweet and funny and silly and just crazy. Um, I'm just saying like one word answers for all of them, like silly, fun, crazy.
This is your turn to do whatever.
I think of what I can say and what I want to talk about. I feel like it's I'm trying to think of what I touched on, but I didn't want to like yap too much about things. Um I feel like the main thing that I think about often is the end me about to cry, the ending of the NU series. Like, I feel like that when that series ends, I feel like it's genuinely going to be like the worst time of my life. Like I feel like I'm gonna like log out my account, bye to the world, like don't speak to me for 10 weeks. Like I need to process because I feel like because I didn't not take things seriously in the beginning, but also didn't take things seriously because I didn't think it would be such a big thing. I feel like now it coming to a close, I'm like, oh my God, like I've been through so much, like so many things have happened. And just there, like the the epilogue I have two epilogues written for the third book and the extended one. I fear it's gonna make people cry. Like I have cried just thinking about it, and I'm scared to write it because I know it's gonna take everything out of me. Like I know I'm just gonna be sobbing writing that last scene. Oh, my heart just dropped just thinking about it. Like genuinely, I feel like that series just means so much to me. They're just like, I feel like what I love so much about this series is that it's so like I don't want to be like I'm so different and like quirky and like da, but I feel like it's so different to like some other college romances that I've read just because it's not like I feel weird calling it college romance because it doesn't feel like a college romance but there's so many things going on besides them being college students. Like Ren is already going through she's like going through the motions already like with her family and Mars is also going through the same thing and they're both dealing with so much stuff and like their sports and their college aspects of their lives is like the tiniest bit of the problem. And I feel like you see that a lot in Unraveling that it's a college romance, yeah, but it's not like there's so many things going on. Like Scarlett's dad's in a coma. I think we have more things to worry about than like her assignments and stuff. Which I know sounds silly because she loves like academic validation because she's me, but it's like there's just so many things bigger than college to them, and I feel like that's definitely prevalent as well in the third book because it's not set at college. Which is why I'm like, is there college romance? Because they're not even at college. They're only at college for like 3 chapters in the beginning, and then it's summer, so like, um, but I think because it's so different, it's like I get to see the depth of the characters so much more. And then when I get to the end, I'm like, oh, it's finished. And like they're just gonna be like happy like forever. And it's just so weird because you see the growth so much. And I feel like especially with Ren, because she starts the series, then you see her at the end and you're like, my girl, my Shayla, like fully like my Shayla, like that's just like my girl. And like just seeing her go through it and then get out on the other end, it's just like I just really feel so proud of them. Either like I made them up. But I feel like that's gonna be the hardest thing is like ending that series. And I feel like I'm probably I don't know, I might feel the same way with the Drayton Hills, but I don't think I will just because I feel like that's also so different. Is the difference between those series is I think about it all the time is that Drayton Hills feels like a college romance series. Like that feels like they're at college. The main thing is them being at college, like they're always in their dorms. They live on campus as well, I think is what helps as well. Because um, I knew they don't live on campus. Well, Harry does, but you know. So I feel like them being on campus, them living together, them like just having actually going to classes and like doing college stuff. I feel like it feels so different. It feels a lot lighter. Like there are still sad moments. There's still like, deep things that are discussed in those books, but I feel like it's so much more like just fun and silly. And like I feel like when I get to the end of that series, I'm just like, oh, that's so cute. And I feel like I'm gonna move on. But I feel like with NU, it's just gonna stick with me forever. But I think that's also because it's the first thing started writing and the first thing I really enjoyed writing. So I don't want to think about that series coming to a close, which is why this book is so hard because I'm like, I can just see the end line and like the last epilogue. I'm like, damn, when I get there, then what?
Yeah.
Like, actually, then what? Like, it's just so, oh, it's just so crazy,
Yeah.
so weird.
It's been so amazing having you on and chatting to you.
Thank you. Thanks so much for having me. I had such a good time.
And I can't wait to meet you this year. That is
Yes,
crazy.
yes, 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 yes. Oh my God, I'm terrified for the signings because
Yeah.
I've never done anything like that, and I'm
Is
doing one
this
in
your first
March.
one? Because I know you've got another one, haven't you, this year? Is it this year?
Yeah, yeah. I've got my first one in March,
Oh,
and
okay.
it's in Arizona, of all places. So I've got to travel all the way there. My sister's coming with me. She's becoming my assistant for the 2 days, and I get to meet Emily. So I'm so excited for that one. But I'm like I feel like I'm just gonna be the most awkward person ever. I'm just like, hey guys,
Yay!
hey, got any of my books? Maybe do you want to sign them? I got stickers. I got bookmarks. Like anything you want. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. But I'm excited. I feel like it's gonna be so much fun, especially at Rare. There's so many authors there that I'm already like obsessed with,
I
which is
know.
gonna be
Like
crazy. Like being
Elle Kennedy's gonna be there. I love Elle Kennedy. I'm
I
so
might be
for
dick. I
that.
might be dick. Like I've read like all of her books. I love her
Yeah.
so bad.
You can like take a little break and we can both just go and fangirl over Elle Kennedy together.
I'm gonna have to.
Yeah,
I'm
we're
gonna
gonna
have
like cling on to each other like she's right there.
like, oh my God, that's wild. I don't know why they invited me to that. Like, they invited me. Like, I'm literally just like a little random girl. Like, that's
When
wild.
I saw your name on it, I was like, what? I was like, that is
I
exactly
know.
you.
I forgot to even like tell anyone. So when they announced it, I was like, oh, right, yes, I am doing that. Like, okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, that was fun. I always think that's so crazy.
Yeah.
But I'm
Because it's
excited.
like a big one as well, isn't it?
There's like so many authors there. Like
Yeah.
so many. Like I don't even know how I'm gonna survive. And it's in summer, so that's scaring me.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna be
I can
so
bring
hot.
you some like refreshments or whatever you need.
Yeah.
Bring you a little Costa or something.
Some little snacks,
Yeah.
yeah.
I can pretend to be you for a little bit so you can go off.
Yeah.
I'm sure that'd work.
No one's gonna
No
notice.
one's gonna know. No one's gonna
No
know.
one's gonna notice.
I just
That
be like,
was
hey
so
guys. Well, I wrote this series called North University and Drayton Hills, and I'm very cryptic.
I used to be more cryptic, to be honest. I feel like Emily, she's got being cryptic down to a T. She just
Mm.
posts most insane. She posts stuff that I don't even know about sometimes. And I'm like, what is going on? And I was texting her and be like, what are you talking about? And like, who is this and what is this and what is that about? I tell everyone everything, which you know because you're my close friends. But
Yeah.
like, I feel like my close friends know more because I yap on them all the time. My main story, I feel like no one knows anything. So when I
Yeah.
just post like, hello,
Yeah.
whereas this come like, oh guys, I need to just. I'll be more. I'm trying to be more open and honest this year.
It's like so I'll follow because I follow you on my main as well. So like I'll be looking at your story on my main and then I'm
Mm.
like, where's she going on about? So I go onto my other account and I'm like, oh, that makes sense.
Ah, makes sense, makes sense, makes sense. Yeah, because I just I feel like my close friends, everyone hates seeing me coming on there because I just can't shut up. It's just a time, which is why I wanted to start doing a YouTube channel just because I'm like I think I'm hilarious, which is
I
probably not the
think you're
best
hilarious. Not even just saying that.
thing.
Love it.
Thanks so much. Thanks.
Obviously, I'll still be there when you release it, but good luck with Unraveling and that
Thank you.
release.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, everyone go read it as well. I've literally got so many friends like that are like going to read it when it comes out because if I've made it my personality.
Oh man, I'm so
Even
excited.
I was like, oh, and then because it was months before it came out, I was like, I can't talk to anyone about this.
Yeah. It comes out in almost a month, next month, February
Yeah,
14th on Valentine's Day.
yeah,
Ask your partners to buy you for Valentine's Day now.
yeah.